Lately, there has been a lot of attention in the media to antisocial personality disorders, especially narcissism. Being in a clinical setting as a sexologist, I see all things sexual health related to individuals and also in the context of relationships. So, let's talk about what it is like to have sex with a narcissist, shall we? If you are in this situation, you are with a narcissistic person or you suspect, and you're trying to understand what is happening during intimacy and sex, let's shed some light into this. I am Dr. Tanji, the sex doctor, board certified clinical sexologist, and always happy to address all topics related to human sexuality and sexual health. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Please do me a favor and subscribe so you can join this global community of people who want to learn and share about the human sexual experience. You may also become a member of the Sex Intelligent Club for exclusive content not available here. Your subscription, your views, your likes are very important to me and to this community, so I hope that you subscribe and keep coming back for more. Thanks. Now back to narcissistic sex. As we're talking about narcissism, let's define it first. So for those of you who are wondering whether or not you are with a narcissist or to confirm some things that may be going on that you have a suspicion on, but you can't quite put your finger on it, let's define it. Narcissism is characterized by a pattern of grandiosity, a need for admiration, and a lack of empathy, much often at the expense of others' well-being. I have to clarify that narcissistic personality disorder, though, is a clinical diagnosis. But you may know a lot of people with these traits, and they have not been properly diagnosed and probably never will. So, let's break down what these traits I just mentioned mean and what it is about narcissism and being in a relationship that you should be paying attention to. First, we have grandiosity. A narcissist often has an inflated sense of self-importance, may exaggerate their achievements, their talents, their skills, their abilities. And they may really believe that they're unique or special and should only associate with other high-status people just like they perceive themselves to be. And they consider to be at the same level as they are, although it could all be in their heads, obviously. The second one is the need for admiration. Narcissists have intense desire for admiration, validation, and attention from others, and often seek constant praise and recognition. And they seek for others to boost their ego and tickle their feathers. Very importantly, narcissists may become upset or even angry. It is very unsettling for them if they feel like their need for admiration is not met. Then we have a sense of entitlement. You probably know a lot of people like this. Narcissists believe, really, they believe in their head, in their universe, that they're entitled to special treatment from others or that they are entitled to privileges just because of who they are. Narcissists expect others to cater to their needs or desires because they are who they are, and very importantly, they do not play by the rules of reciprocity. You do for them, but they don't feel like they have to do for you. So there's no golden rule for narcissists. This is a hallmark trait of narcissists. They lack empathy. Narcissists have a hard time understanding or caring about the feelings of others or the needs of others. And this is very important that we understand because a narcissist disregards how their behavior affects others and have trouble with emotional connection or compassion. Other traits that narcissists display are exploitation of others, manipulation, seeing relationships as transactional, arrogance and haughtiness, preoccupation with success and power, envy and jealousy, fragile self-esteem, and they need that external validation because they lack self-confidence. And the most important part of this video, difficulty with intimate relationships. Narcissists are really, really troubled by intimate relationships. Do you see how this is a problem in sex and intimacy? Because of their lack of empathy, narcissists struggle to maintain healthy, meaningful relationships. And it is very difficult for people who are in relationships with narcissists to establish a connection or get any support, validation, safety, intimacy out of a narcissist. Narcissists can be emotionally distant, demanding, or dismissive of their partner's needs, and this leads to imbalanced and unhealthy relationship dynamics. There's a lot of content available on social media about narcissists and relationships, but what about having sex with a narcissist? What is the experience like? Sexual experiences with a narcissist can vary significantly, obviously, depending on the individual and the relationship dynamic, but there are some common patterns that people often report in relationships with narcissists. And these traits are mentioned earlier can impact intimacy in several ways. For instance, focus on self-admiration during sexual experiences. A narcissist may be more focused on their own pleasure and validation rather than mutual satisfaction. They may seek admiration for their appearance or performance and expect their partner to provide continuous praise or affirmation. So basically, sex is their show and they star in it, and they want the attention, the focus on them, and the Oscar to go to them. Then we have the lack of emotional connection. Since narcissists struggle with empathy, they can lack emotional intimacy during sex. Narcissists prioritize physical satisfaction over emotional bonding, and their partner might feel emotionally disconnected or neglected. Imagine, again, the sex is for them, not for their partners, so the only thing that matters is their pleasure, their orgasm, and even if they perform well, they want the validation for a job well done rather than the connection piece of the relationship. We have manipulation and control. Now, hear me out. This is very important to know about having sex with a narcissist. A narcissist may use sex as a means to control, manipulate, or assert dominance, and they may pressure their partner into sexual acts to assert power or make their partner feel obligated to please them. So, in some cases, they may also guilt trip their partner into sex or use it to maintain control in the relationship. So, if your sexual partner does this, you may be dealing with a narcissist. Then we have a complicated one, idealization and devaluation. This is very typical. I have seen it over and over and over again. So pay attention. People who are in relationships with narcissists. Narcissists often go through cycles of idealizing, setting you or their partners on a very, very high, and then devaluing them and kind of kicking them in the gut to destabilize them. This is a very typical behavior of a narcissist. And at the beginning of the relationship, they shower their partner with attention and affection, including during sex. But you cannot find a person who is more charming and that displays so much adoration and devotion in the very beginning of the relationship, but over time, they devalue their partner, leading to an emotional and physical disconnect. And this translates into sex, people. So sex can be exceptionally good in the beginning, and then it becomes disconnected and performative, rather. Then we have entitlement and expectations, and this is very dangerous. A narcissist may have high expectations of their partner, really believing that they're entitled to sexual attention or to certain sexual acts, as narcissists might demand sexual attention and show little regard for their partner's needs or boundaries, expecting their partner to comply without question. And obviously, they create a very uncomfortable situation and environment for their partners if they feel like their sexual demands and expectations are not met. Then we have lack of reciprocity. This one is a telling sign of being with a narcissist. In many cases, narcissists are not attuned to their partner's sexual needs or desires, and sex with them is one-sided. obviously skewed to their side, to the side of the narcissist. Narcissists may be more interested in receiving than giving, so it is all about their pleasure, their orgasm, their bodies, their sexual fantasies. And again, sex is their show, and they're the only ones on the spotlight. Oral sex? Well, if it is for them and they may not return the favor. Did you come? Not their problem. Does sex feel good for you? They don't care as long as it feels good for them. Then we have superficiality. Last but not least, narcissists often place high value on physical appearance, and their sexual interests may focus more on outward traits or satisfying superficial desires. For instance, narcissists may be preoccupied with how their partner looks or how their sexual act reflects on their own image. So, if you gain weight or lose the hair, a narcissist may not find you attractive anymore because now that you've changed, they think that they deserve better than that. Obviously, these are general observations. Narcissism does not present the same in everybody, so sexual experiences can vary widely depending on the dynamics of the relationship and the personalities of the people involved. But what is true is that while some people may find ways to communicate their needs and establish good and firm boundaries with narcissists, many may experience more overtly manipulative or harmful behaviors inside or outside of the bedroom. And I highlight here and plead with you that if you or there are concerns about emotional or physical abuse, prioritize personal well-being and safety and seek support from your social networks and professional help so you can overcome the challenges and threats to your safety and security. And that you fully come to the realization, the understanding, the acceptance, the belief that you are worth more. This is Dr. Tanji, the sex doctor, wishing you good and pleasurable sexual health. See you next time.